Hi, today we're going to make some fun Minion Cupcake cake toppers. I'm going to start with a yellow fondant. Just give it a quick knead until it's nice and pliable, and maybe scatter a little bit of corn flour over to stop it sticking to your rolling pin into your work surface. If you use a plain round cookie cutter, I had a 68mm one. It was perfect size for the muffin size cupcakes I was using. Pop them aside and worked on the grey. So the grey is going to form the frames of the glasses. So rather than buying the grey, I actually manipulated it from a lot of white and some black fondant and just kneaded it into a nice uniform colour. Here I'm using a large piping nozzle to cut out some discs. So just keep going until you've got as many for the number of eyes that your minions are going to have. So of course some minions might have one, some have two. And then with a smaller piping nozzle, I just cut out the centre from the discs to leave you with a ring. So that's obviously the ring around the glasses frame. And just keep going until they're all done. So onto some white, and again using that same small piping nozzle, cut out some nice round discs. That's actually forming the eye of the minion. So onto some brown. Now these need to be small round circles. So as you can see, I've used the piping end from a plain round piping nozzle. And the brown was actually handmade again from some red, some black and a little bit of yellow, and just kneaded together. Onto assembling, just used a little bit of water to affix the round grey disc onto one of the yellow faces, and then pop the white into the centre. It should fit nice and snugly. So to roll out the grey to form the glasses, just roll out a nice oblong and use a sharp paring knife to trim a slender oblong. So that's going to be the arms of your glasses. So again, using some water with a clean paintbrush, one that's just used for food, no paint or anything like that, thank you, and then trim off the excess. Now if you're finding you're getting some corn flour onto the upper surface of your fondant, just use a dry brush and just sweep it away and it'll be as good as new. So to put the iris on, just again use some water and press it into place. So again with the two-eyed minion, exactly the same. Just position them where you want them to be. So obviously the position of the eyes give a great deal of character to each of the minions rather than the pupil being central to the eye. You might want your minion to look sleepy, so in this case roll out a little bit of spare yellow fondant, and then with that small piping nozzle cut out a circle, cut it in half to form a D shape, and then affix it to the eye again with a little bit of water. Just press it into place gently. So if you get one of the irises, cut it in half or as near as half as you can do, and again position it just beneath the eyelid, and your minion will be nice and sleepy. Now obviously we need some pupils. Rather than using a plunger or a cutter, I found it easier to manipulate it between my fingers. So just manipulate a very small piece of black fondant into a circle or ball, and then use one of the fondant tools to press it into a round on the eye. Now to shape your mouth, you might want to use again one of the fondant tools, or you may prefer to use a toothpick, whatever's easiest for you, but try not to drag the fondant. It's quite easy to do sometimes, but if you just take your time, you'll be fine. So if you shape a nice, very thin sausage shape for the mouth from some black fondant and just drapes into the gap shaped for the mouth. Now I find one of the tools that I liken it to a golf club. I have no idea what it's called, it probably does have a name, but for me it looks like a golf club, and I just find that helps to position the pieces quite nicely where I want them to be. Now, of course you can leave your minions bald if you prefer, but it's also fun to give them some hair. So this particular one's going to be having a nice little parting hairdo. It just shape small pieces of black fondant into sausage shapes and affix them onto the yellow disc with a little bit of water. So I've used 3 pieces of fondant hair for each side. So I find 3 aesthetically looks more pleasing to the eye than 2. If one of them decides to land on your fondant where you don't want it, just use one of the tools to move it out of the way. And again, that golf club tool comes in handy. So you might want your minion to have a spiky hairdo. So again, just use some small pieces of fondant and apply it with some water and gently press into place. Okay, so that's the clock going. Hope that didn't disturb you too much. So to give a little bit of life and pizzazz to your minions, the tiny pieces of white fondant, although they're fiddly, it really does perk up and lift the final look of your cupcake topper. So it's definitely worth the effort to do, I think. So once you're ready, they've dried, I set them aside to dry overnight. Just pop them onto your favourite frosting and they look fabulous. I hope you'll give them a go. So thanks for watching. And for the full recipe, check out Only Crumbs Remain.